For thousands of years, humanity believed the greatest mysteries of Earth were buried in deserts, frozen under ice, or hidden in deep oceans. But the oldest mystery was not on Earth at all. It was written in a forgotten message carved into ancient stone, found in ruins far older than any human civilization. The message said only one thing. They will come back. Most people never heard about it. Those who did considered it a myth, a strange line from a lost culture. Scientists argued about it for centuries, but no one could prove anything. Life continued, and the warning faded into history. Until one quiet morning when the sky itself tore open. No one saw it at first. A faint shimmer appeared behind the moon, like a crack in the darkness of space. Satellites picked it up, but the operators thought it was a glitch. The shimmer grew wider, slowly at first, then with terrifying speed. Within minutes, every space agency on Earth sent urgent alerts. Something enormous was coming through. The first ship was so massive it blocked out part of the sun. Its metallic surface was dark red, covered in strange symbols that moved like living light. People all around the world looked up and froze. Social media flooded with images of a giant shadow crossing the sky. There were screams, prayers, confusion, and silence, all happening at once. Then more ships arrived. 20. 50. 100. A full armada. Each ship was shaped like a blade, long and sharp, with glowing engines that left trails of burning blue light behind them. They moved in perfect formation, like they had practiced this invasion for thousands of years. In truth, they had. Humanity panicked. Cities stopped functioning. Traffic jammed everywhere. News channels broadcast non-stop warnings. World leaders rushed into emergency meetings. Everyone feared the same thing: humanity might be at the end. But deep under Earth's surface, hidden far from public view, a group of people had been waiting for this moment. In a secret underground facility known as the Ark, world leaders, scientists, and military commanders gathered in a circular chamber lit by blue holograms. The walls were covered with ancient maps, star charts, and old records, information collected and protected for generations. Only a few knew the truth, and now they revealed it. The aliens had come before. 4,000 years ago. Humanity had survived that first contact, but only barely. Back then, humans were primitive. They had no defenses and no understanding of the universe. Yet something strange happened, something the aliens did not expect. Instead of being wiped out, humans resisted. They fought with courage and intelligence far beyond what the aliens believed possible. The aliens retreated, but before leaving, they gave a warning of their own. We will return to claim what is ours. Human leaders at the time knew they had little time. They carved warnings into stone, into ruins, into monuments. They left instructions and clues for future generations. They built early versions of secret facilities like the Arkansas. Their message survived across millennia, even when their civilizations did not. And humanity listened. The Ark had spent centuries studying old alien technology, preparing hidden weapons, storing knowledge, and training specialists who grew up knowing one mission: be ready. Be smarter. Be faster. Be stronger when they return. Now, as the alien armada darkened the sky, the leadership inside the Ark stayed calm. General Marin, an older man with silver hair and a steady voice, stood before the group. His expression was serious, but not afraid. "They have returned," he said. "Just as our ancestors warned us. But this time, we are not helpless. This time, we are ready." Around him, holograms projected the alien fleet's precise positions. Scientists monitored energy signatures. Commanders prepared activation codes. Everyone inside the Ark understood their responsibility. On the surface, the world trembled. People watched as alien ships descended lower, their engines sending rumbling vibrations through the atmosphere. One ship broadcast a message, a deep, cold voice speaking in a language long forgotten. Somehow, the translation appeared instantly through old systems built by the Ark's engineers. The message was simple. We have returned. Earth belongs to the Raukesh Empire once more. Surrender. The world froze. But the people inside the Ark did not. They exchanged determined glances, then activated the ancient systems that had slept beneath Earth for centuries. Humanity had prepared for this day. And the aliens had no idea what waited for them. The alien armada hovered in silence above Earth, their giant ships casting shadows over oceans, mountains, and cities. People across the world watched the sky with fear in their eyes. No one knew what the aliens wanted. No one knew how strong they were. But deep below the surface, inside the Ark, the real battle had already begun. General Marin stood at the center of the command room as alarms echoed softly around him. Holographic screens showed the alien fleet forming a massive attack ring above Earth. Their weapons were charging. The world had minutes, maybe seconds, before the first strike. Yet inside the Ark, there was no panic. Only focus. Dr. Lyra, the lead scientist, quickly analyzed the energy readings from the alien ships. She pushed her glasses up and spoke clearly, their plasma cores are charging. Once they fire, whole cities will be gone. General Marin nodded. Then we must act first. He lifted a small metal device with a glowing symbol on it, the mark of the ancient engineers who had lived thousands of years ago. With a steady breath, he pressed it. Across the planet, something extraordinary happened. The ground trembled. Mountains shook. Oceans rippled as if something massive was waking from sleep. Hidden deep in ice, sand, and rock, giant metal structures began to rise. In Antarctica, a gigantic machine broke through the frozen surface. It was shaped like a dark silver tower with rings rotating around it, making a deep humming sound. The alien ships detected it immediately and tried to target it, but before they could fire, the tower sent out a pulse, a bright blue shockwave that spread across the entire sky. The alien weapons flickered. Then they shut down. In the Sahara Desert, the sand erupted as two enormous cannons rose from underground vaults. Their barrels glowed with ancient writing, symbols that humanity had not fully understood yet. These cannons were built using technology left behind by the ancestors who first faced the alien invaders 4,000 years ago. In the Pacific Ocean, the water swirled as a hidden structure rose beneath the waves, a circular platform larger than any human city, its surface covered in glowing lines that formed a network of old energy routes. All across the planet, the same pattern repeated. Earth was awakening. Humanity had been preparing for generations, not with modern technology alone, but with ancient power rediscovered and rebuilt over thousands of years. Project Sentinel is online, Dr. Lyra announced. General Marin allowed himself a rare smile. Then let us show them what humanity can do. Meanwhile, in orbit, something even more surprising happened. Dozens of human ships uncloaked. They had been hidden in deep space for decades, invisible to any alien scanning system. Some were sleek silver vessels with rotating energy cores. Others were heavy armored warships with thick plating and massive thrusters. But the most shocking were the Sentinel-class Guardians, ships designed using a mixture of human engineering and ancient alien technology recovered long ago. Captain Ryland stood on the bridge of the Horizon Spear, Earth's flagship and the most powerful vessel humanity had ever created. He had trained his entire life for this moment. As he watched the alien fleet rearrange themselves in confusion, he spoke calmly. They think we are weak. They think this planet is easy to conquer. Let us prove them wrong. His crew responded with determination. Every officer knew the same truth: humanity had been underestimated by every species that had ever met them. Humans adapted too quickly. Humans learned too fast. Humans changed their weaknesses into strengths. And now, after 4,000 years of preparation, Earth was no longer the fragile world the aliens remembered. The Horizon Spear activated its engines, glowing blue beneath the metal hull. It shot forward with incredible speed, heading straight into the formation of alien ships. Other human vessels followed, forming a tight V-shaped assault pattern. The alien leaders were stunned. How did humans build ships like these? One alien commander demanded inside his war chamber. Their species had nothing when we left. They were barely above stone tools. Another alien replied with fear in his voice, they evolved beyond predictions. Their development is unnatural. The alien Armada realized something terrifying. Humanity had grown stronger at a speed no species had ever matched. Back on Earth, General Marin watched the space battle begin through a massive hologram. Plasma blasts illuminated the sky. Human shields absorbed hits that should have shattered them. Sentinel cannons fired beams powerful enough to tear asteroid-sized ships apart. And then something remarkable happened. The alien ships tried to power up their warp drives to reposition, but the energy fields failed. Sentinel's Antarctica tower had disabled their long-range systems. They cannot escape, Dr. Lyra said softly. Not anymore. General Marin nodded. Good. Now humanity stands on equal ground. Equal? No. For the first time in 400 years, humanity had the advantage. The sky above Earth turned into a battlefield of blue and red light. Human ships and alien war machines clashed in silent space, but the explosions lit the atmosphere like storms of fire. People on the surface watched with fear and wonder as streaks of light tore across the heavens. On the horizon sphere, Captain Rylan remained calm despite the chaos. His crew shouted reports, alarms flashed, and plasma waves shook the ship, but he stood steady. Lock onto their command carrier, Rylan ordered. We take that ship out, their whole formation breaks. The crew obeyed instantly. The horizon sphere adjusted course, flying straight toward the largest alien vessel, a massive triangular dreadnought pulsing with red energy. It was the same type of ship that once nearly wiped out early humans 4,000 years ago. But this time, humanity had something different. They had knowledge. They had unity. They had a plan. Human warships flew between alien blasts with impossible precision. Their engines hummed with ancient energy, technology rebuilt using fragments of the alien invaders' own devices from the first clash thousands of years earlier. Humans took what they learned and made it stronger. The alien commander, High Warlord Karzul, watched from inside his command carrier. His dark blue skin glowed under the red war lights, and his sharp eyes narrowed with confusion. How are they doing this? He growled. Their ships were primitive when we last saw them. This power is not possible. His officer trembled. Warlord, humans learn too fast. They copy everything. They improve everything. Karzul slammed his clawed hand on the control panel. We are the Raukesh Empire. No primitive species surpasses us. He turned his ship's weapons toward Earth. Destroy their world. End this now. But just before he fired, something unexpected happened. A beam of concentrated white energy shot from Earth's orbit, the horizon spear's main cannon. It struck the alien dreadnought with such force that the hull cracked open like ice breaking under pressure. Inside the dreadnought, systems sparkled, alarms wailed, and flames erupted along the central corridor. Captain Rylan watched through the holographic screen. Direct hit. Not enough to destroy it, but enough to scare them. His second-in-command, Lieutenant Arya, smiled. We made them bleed. But the battle was far from over. 3 alien destroyers broke formation and charged toward the horizon spear. Their red plasma cannons glowed like miniature suns, ready to fire. Rylan raised his hand. Brace for impact. The alien cannons fired, sending massive red bolts crashing into the human ship. Shields flickered. Metal creaked. The horizon spear spun slightly from the force. But it did not fall. Instead, the hidden power of the ship activated. Blue lines across the hull glowed brighter as the ship's ancient energy core adjusted and strengthened. Shields holding at 62%, Arya reported. We can still fight. Rylan nodded. Then we hit back harder. The human fleet moved in perfect coordination. Smaller ships flew below the alien destroyers, firing rapid beams that tore holes through their engines. One alien ship exploded, breaking into burning fragments that floated away into the void. Another alien ship tried to retreat, but its warp drive failed again. Sentinel technology had trapped them. The third alien ship aimed for Earth, trying to attack civilians to force humanity into surrender. But the Sahara cannons rose once more, glowing with ancient symbols. They fired twin beams of bright gold, slicing the alien ship in half before it could even charge its weapons. The people of Earth watched in awe. Humanity, once hunted, once nearly destroyed, had become a force equal to the stars. Inside the alien command carrier, panic spread. They have mastered our old technology, one officer said. They have evolved beyond every calculation. Warlord Karzul clenched his jaw. He could not understand how a species with such a short lifespan had advanced so far. How did they rise so quickly? He asked quietly. His officer whispered the same prophecy that had haunted their empire for millennia. If Earth endures, humanity will rise beyond all stars. Karzul's eyes widened. He finally understood the truth, the prophecy was not a metaphor. It was a warning. Back on Earth, inside the Ark, General Marin watched the battle shift in humanity's favor. The alien formation was breaking. Their dreadnoughts were falling back. A real turning point had arrived. Dr. Lyra studied the data. Their command ship is damaged. If we strike now, we can force a retreat. Marin nodded. Send the message to Horizon Spear. Humanity pushes forward. The order echoed across all communication lines. The human fleet shifted into an offensive pattern, their engines glowing brighter than ever. Every ship moved with determination. Every pilot fought with courage. Humanity was no longer defending Earth. Humanity was taking back the sky. The battle above Earth raged on, turning the sky into a canvas of burning light and falling debris. But something had changed. For the first time since the alien Armada appeared, the Raukesh were no longer advancing. They were falling back. The human fleet, powered by old secrets, new unity, and centuries of preparation, was pushing forward with unstoppable momentum. Every blast from human ships lit up the void with confidence. Every move showed skill the aliens did not believe humans could ever possess. Inside the Horizon Spear, Captain Rylan stood at the front of the bridge, eyes locked on the massive alien command carrier, the heart of the invader fleet. His voice was calm but intense. This is our moment, he said. Their formation is broken. Their shields are weakening. Earth stands strong. Prepare for the final assault. Lieutenant Arya nodded, her hands moving quickly across the controls. All ships ready. Energy cores stable. Sentinel link is strong. The crew felt the same thing Rylan felt, a strange mix of fear and pride. They were fighting for their world, their families, and the promise humanity made 4,000 years ago. Never again. Across the galaxy, the Raukesh Empire had conquered hundreds of planets and countless civilizations. But Earth refused to die then, and it refused now. The Horizon Spear surged forward, leading the fleet straight toward the alien command carrier. As they approached, the massive ship's damaged hull flickered with failing red lights. Smoke drifted from its cracked panels. The ship groaned like an injured beast. Inside that ship, High Warlord Karzul watched with disbelief. His empire had warned him about humanity. His ancestors had written about the strange species that grew stronger every time it faced danger. But he never believed it, until this day. Humanity should not be this powerful, he whispered. They were animals when we left. His officer stared at the holographic display. They are not animals anymore, warlord. They are something else. Karzul clenched his fists. Prepare the Doomsday Core. If Earth refuses surrender, we erase it. His officers hesitated. But, that will destroy our ships too. Karzul growled, then we die with honor. But before they could activate the weapon, something extraordinary happened. A new wormhole opened behind Earth. It was not alien-made. It was not a weapon. It was a gateway, built by ancient humans. Everyone on the horizon sphere gasped as enormous silhouettes emerged from the swirling blue tunnel. They were not modern ships. They were old, thousands of years old, with hulls shaped like curved wings and glowing lines of energy pulsing across their surfaces. The lost human fleet had returned. General Marin, watching from the Ark, whispered, after all this time, they survived. Dr. Lyra's eyes widened. These are the ships our ancestors sent into deep space. Their technology, it is beyond anything we have now. The ancient ships moved like silent guardians, each one larger than any vessel humanity or the aliens had ever built in the modern age. Their engines hummed with energy that resonated across the entire battlefield. Captain Rylan felt the horizon sphere tremble. We are not fighting alone anymore. One of the ancient ships broadcast a single message. The voice was human, but older, heavier, as if speaking from a different time. We return to protect our world. The alien Armada panicked. They fired everything they had at the ancient ships. Plasma bolts, energy beams, missiles, nothing worked. The ancient vessels absorbed each hit with glowing shields that barely flickered. Then the ancient fleet retaliated. A wave of blue energy rolled outward, striking every alien ship at once. Systems failed. Weapons died. Engines collapsed. The alien formation shattered like glass under a hammer. Karzul watched in horror. His Doomsday Core powered down instantly, unable to function under the ancient energy field. He stared at the screen, whispering in disbelief, how did they rebuild this technology? We destroyed it long ago. Rylan answered him from the horizon sphere, broadcasting the message to the alien fleet. You left us alive. That was your mistake. Those words shook Karzul more than any weapon. Humanity had not only survived, they had surpassed everything the Raukesh believed possible. With their ships disabled and their command carrier vulnerable, the alien fleet began retreating. A few tried to fight, but the ancient ships disabled them with clean, precise blasts. It was not a battle anymore. It was a warning. A warning to the galaxy. Earth was no longer prey. Inside the Ark, General Marin stood with pride. Tell the world, humanity has won.